Welcome to this special bonus episode of the Passivhaus podcast. I'm Zach Semke, director of Passivhaus Accelerator, and we're pleased to be sharing a series of bonus episodes recorded at the International Passivhaus Conference 2023 in Wiesbaden, Germany. These interviews were made possible by support from Icon Windows and Doors, Inotech Windows and Doors, Intelligent Membranes, Minitaire, and Proclima. Please enjoy this bonus episode.
I'm very interested in the wider uptake of Passivhaus through larger scale projects and particularly social housing projects. And someone who presented on this topic during the Passivhaus conference recently was Dr. Jesus Menendez. Now, Dr. Jesus has a variety of experience in all aspects of Passivhaus and working in many different countries around Europe and the UK. So I started out by asking him what he's doing now and how he got into Passivhaus in the first place.
So I run a small company and we got offices also in Spain. Yeah. Mainly certification and training.
Right.
And yes, I've been doing Passivhaus now for 13 years.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Where did you first learn about Passivhaus?
In Scotland, yeah.
Yeah, and was that, you're an engineer?
Yeah, I'm a civil engineer, structural engineer, yes.
So what got you interested in Passivhaus?
Yes, because I did a PhD, was an industrial PhD, for a company who were doing prefab timber frame passive houses in the Highlands.
Oh, right.
Mm-hmm.
So you became a Passivhaus consultant?
Yes. Yep. I become a designer, then a trainer, then a certifier.
Wow, you've done the whole lot.
Yes, I've done a whole lot, yes.
Yeah. Are you still certifying?
Back again now.
Are you still certifying?
I'm certifying a lot, yes. That's my main job, actually.
You're doing more certifying
than we mainly
designing.
do certifying and training. Consultancy, we usually just delegate that to people who train.
And mostly in the UK?
And I would say maybe 60% Spain, 40% UK.
All right.
But
nice.
we also do work in Australia, for example, and in South America, and in the Middle East. So, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Because we only do Passivhaus.
Where are you from originally?
Burgos, Spain.
Right. So you like going back there and doing some Passivhaus? There's quite a few people from Spain here at the conference.
Yes, we are a big group, and it's a massive movement in Spain,
Which I'm really interested in myself, because I grew up in Australia, now live in New Zealand, and a lot of those topics presented from Spain are about Passivhaus in warm climates, which is growing in interest and something that I can relate to. Yeah.
Yes, you have to think that, in Spain, there's like 2 or 3 different types of climates. Of course, we got one climate, and it's just warm. It's a mild winter. Yeah. But we got areas which is hot summers and cold winters. So they're tricky, and those ones is where Passivhaus also make sense in terms of efficiency, because it's selling all around the year. Not only in winter or in summer.
So I want to talk about social housing, because that's your topic that you presented on today. Tell us about the project that you were talking about.
I presented 2 pilot schemes. We act as certifiers. One is in Greater Manchester for Salford Council, and the other one was in the Cardiff area for Caerphilly Council.
Right.
And again, here in the UK, they're pushing for this net zero carbon agenda. And councils is just the only way to do it. Just to try to.
So this is driven by council?
It's driven by the council. By the client, final client is, or the end client is the council.
And how's that come about? Is that just a couple of people within the council that know about Passivhaus?
I don't really know. I think the UK Passivhaus Trust, is making a good effort just to disseminate and understand this. Maybe by regulations, or maybe because we are not trying to invent the wheel. So Passivhaus is working in terms of efficiency, it's measurable, and it's working. And I think contractors are starting to become a bit more confident on delivering passive houses.
Well, and I see that Emma Edmondson's here. It's great to see the leadership from Exeter. It's been going for a while now.
Yeah, doing projects also in Exeter for the Exeter Council. Yeah.
So it's good to see other places like Manchester now picking up on their lead and doing.
They're all over the country. Yorkshire is also pushing. Bristol, that's where we got projects. Scotland, obviously, and London a lot.
So,
all social housing. Yeah.
Is it being driven at council, at local city council level,
it's driven by the councils?
Right, not central government.
No. Well, I guess we got this building regs, which is England and Wales. Scotland's got the other ones. But there are it's been delegated to the councils just to promote and to improve their building stock.
Yeah.
And also, it's a clear need for social housing.
Yes.
Because the councils stop building houses.
Right.
The list is large.
Yeah.
And now, they need to come back and build more houses, and they choosing the standard.
So the motivation's there. People aware of Passive House. What have been the challenges that you've seen for building Passive House social housing?
Yes, I mean challenges because they were quite large scale. One scheme was in 5 different sites for a total of maybe 350 units.
Right.
And the challenge is always time.
Yeah.
Because for these contractors, the rhythm needs to be quite high.
Yeah.
So there's not much time, maybe, to think and to be a bit more careful on site. So there were plenty of site visits, training. Lessons learned from pilot scheme to pilot scheme.
So when you say time, does it take more time than a regular build?
If you haven't done it, yes, it's a learning curve, definitely.
Yeah.
And it needs to take time, and the contractor needs to know that it might, the first one, second one, they will take longer than they've been doing before. Yeah.
And you mentioned these are pilot projects.
They were pilot projects.
So so there's a lot of learning going on.
I think especially in terms of economics, financial.
Right.
How much costs?
Yeah.
What's the return? Is it working? Because also they're monitoring it.
Right.
And I think those are examples just to push forward for the next developments.
And how's it looking?
I think it's looking okay.
Successful?
Yes. Yeah. I think it's looking okay. Yeah.
So you're acting as a certified, or you acted as a certified?
And those I'm acting as a certified. Yes.
Was your involvement throughout the project, or was it just at the end?
No, unfortunately, it was quite late, so there's not much margin to amend things.
Right.
But it was at the end of stage RIBA 4.
Right.
I don't know if you are familiar with RIBA stages in the UK. So it's just right before going on site.
So RIBA, that's the institute.
The Architect Institute. Yes, they have like a plan of works.
Right.
And it's segregated in stages.
Right.
And usually we recommend to engage with certifiers, maybe RIBA stage 2.
Right.
3 early, 3. But those ones were 4. Mm-hmm.
Oh, right. So right at the end.
Yeah.
I went to a session yesterday. It was a workshop with certifiers and training providers of Passive House. And one of the things that we talked about, or was being talked about, that was with the certifiers from around the world, was about the idea of getting certifiers on board.
Yes.
Very early, which I don't know if a lot of people are aware of that. I think they see certification as kind of just
at the end,
right at the end.
Of the line.
It's like a blow test, but you can do it throughout.
Yeah, I think it's a big mistake because the cost is almost the same, and the earlier you involve or you get a certifier on board, we try to help. Yeah.
Well, I think that's the thing. People see it as an exam, and you've got to hand everything at the end. But really, certifiers want it to pass, right? You want to get it.
Our aim is to help.
Yeah.
It's not just to get the seal or the plaque. It's just to help. Yeah. Make sure that everything is in the correct path.
Yeah. So how long do these projects, you mentioned time, how long did it take to...
For those ones, the one in Greater Manchester are 5 sites. Some of them are actually on site yet.
Right.
Some of them are now RIBA 5, almost going to the site. And the earlier ones, they finished last year I think on May, some sort of. Yeah.
Right.
And the other one in Cardiff ended also like maybe 9 months ago. So
right.
It's finished.
Yeah. And so was it quite a long construction process?
No, they're both quick.
Yeah,
they're both quick.
Lots of prefab?
They're using a lot of prefab, timber frame or SFS, steel frame systems, and it's quick.
Right.
Yeah. That's why I said about time. They are not aware that the time needs to be more careful planning, I guess.
Yeah. So when you certify a building like that, how much of it do you have to look at? Because there's lots of repetition in the...
Yes, there's a lot of repetition, but you need to make sure that everything is correct.
Yeah.
And site visits, usually, depending on the experience of the main contractor, you have to do more or less. Also, depending on the team, if they've been trained, they are able themselves maybe to gather site evidence data, like images or like info on the materials. I don't know, that everything is placed correctly. But
do you get involved with the blower door test, or is that done by third parties?
Yes, I'm blower door expert, but I don't do the blower door myself. But it's usually a third party.
Right.
And I think that's how it's supposed to.
So for these large buildings, are they doing different zones for air tightness, or are they doing the whole?
Yes, there were different sort of layouts for this large scale. There were like mainly terrace houses, semis, and there are block of apartments.
Right.
In the block of apartments, they felt more confident doing apartment by apartment, so they are like.
So every individual
apartments. And obviously the blower door test compiled together, the average is usually higher, so it's more leakier than if you do like a one whole block. Yeah. But they didn't feel that confident to to go for the full block blower test.
Yeah. Now there's discussion today about how the houses are performing with people in them, and a lot of that conversation was about how unpredictable that is, and that seems to be even more so with social housing because you.
Yes, but I think we shouldn't lose track of the numbers because yes, they may be 10 or 20% off the average or the calculated one. Yeah. But we're talking about very low numbers.
Right.
So the 20% more or
sounds like a lot.
More sounds like a lot, but it doesn't really eat that much.
It's a lot of not very much
as a whole picture. But yes, it's a human behavior at the end of the day. And one that we never talk about that is that heating demand, we are calculating it to 20 degrees. And a lot of people turn the heater on maybe to 22. So, you get more heating demand.
Yeah, right.
So, there's some different aspects that...
on the flip side... others were talking about in that same session about some people turning everything off because they're just so scared about using any energy.
Electricity, yes. Again, it's another misconception, and that could be a fatal one because if you're turning off your ventilation, humidity will go up. Yeah. And if humidity goes up, also CO2 will go up, and you can damage furniture, for example, it's not good. Yeah.
Have you had the opportunity to go back and look at some buildings or
yes, because they are local to us, so I'm reviewing them. Yes, and I actually try to talk to.
And how's that been?
It's the first scheme is almost 1 year over, and the client is happy. So yes.
So the tenants, you get
the tenants, I guess they are happy because the energy bills, I don't know how much they are, but probably it's like 50, 60, 70% lower that the other house. So,
What do you see happening from now, given these sound like successful projects as pilots? What's the future of Passivhaus for social housing?
Yes, I think we are in the right track. Yes, maybe get more people involved, more councils involved on it, and probably streamline the whole process. And
Any thoughts on what needs to happen to do that? Do you mean streamlining the
building process?
The construction?
Yeah, the construction, yes. To try to just put the price down.
Right.
Final.
So design's good? Technology is good?
Yes, the design can be optimized, because the thing with social housing, it tends to be equal, so they don't want houses to look different.
Yeah.
Independently of their orientation. For
Yeah.
example, some of them may change the size of the windows, but no, they don't. They want to be exactly equal, just to don't create conflict to the tenants.
Yeah.
But yeah, I understand that from the council, because discrepancies but I think try to bring the costs down. I think would be,
And for you, lots more certifying.
Yeah.
Training. You're doing a bit of everything. You're training, certifying.
Well, we only do Passivhaus, so yes, a bit more training, a bit more certifying, yes.
But that's good that you're busy. Just with Passivhaus.
Yes, that's. I would say I consider myself fortunate.
Yeah,
I think I was in the right place in the right moment. Probably,
maybe. Yeah.
But
Awesome. Hey, well, thank you. Thanks for your time.
You're welcome.
And keep up the good work.
Okay, thank you, Matthew.